Great morning, great morning, great morning. I am Nicole D. Jones, and I'm just happy and grateful for another day. I'm happy and grateful for life. I don't take life for granted. I don't take it lightly. I'm happy and I'm grateful for you. I want to thank you, as I always do every morning. Thank you in advance for being willing to step in, to come on, to come in and spend 30 minutes with me at the most in your busy day. I appreciate you. Words cannot express it. Thank you for accountability. Okay. Thank you for accountability. Even when we don't feel like doing things or going for ourselves or being motivated for ourselves, when we know we have something to look forward to, it pushes us and it drives us. So even on the days that I may not feel like it, because I just believe by faith, it's one person on the other side. It pushes it and it makes me, it puts something in me on my low days. So for that, I am thankful. I want to tell you, as I always do, that you are healthy, you are wealthy, you are prosperous, and everything that your hands go to touch, it must, it shall, and it will manifest, prosper, and grow great things. So for anyone, let me get this out the way. For any of you all who were on the call last week, I shared that Kadeja was waiting for a Mother's Day gift for me to come. And it did not come on Mother's Day, but it did come. So I wanted to share with you guys, because even as I told y'all last week, I was just grateful for the process. I tell y'all, everything is a Nikki nugget for me. I hope y'all catch them. But it's never what we go through, but it's how we get through it. So I was able to even be thankful for the gift before the gift arrived, because I'm grateful. I was grateful that, Kadeja even took the time to think of me, to be that intentional to get something for me. Because listen, just because you're a mother don't mean you get acknowledged on Mother's Day. But I dropped it. But so, for those of you all, I think at this point who most of you know, some of you don't, but on January the 12th, I my father went to be in his heavenly place. He went to be where we're all purposed to be. So he is no longer here walking with me naturally, but he's definitely always with me. I keep his dog tags with me. He's in my heart. You guys know how I feel about my dad. I don't have to go down that rabbit hole. But so I keep my dad's dog's tags. He went into the military at 17, and my father has kept his tags on him until they went from his neck to mine. The only time my dad didn't have his dog tags is if for some reason he was in surgery, or if, when they had him in the hospital, they would, of course, take them off. And anytime, as far as I can remember, they weren't on him. They have been on me. Okay. But so Kadeja, she actually got a dog tag made for me. And on the back, it says, "Love you more." And that's something that my grandmother would always say when we would tell her that we love her. It was "Love you more." And then my dad says it and I say it. So she put that on the back. And I don't know if y'all can see this, but what is made on it. So there it goes. I think y'all can see that. Sarai, as you all know, is my miracle grandbaby. She is the one who was born with half a heart, December. And so she was in the hospital. She had to have 2 open heart surgeries already. She's a little over 1 year old. And so the first time my dad and our family was able to meet Sarai off of FaceTime was Mother's Day last year. So that picture is actually a picture of all of us with Sarai when she was in ICU. It was only Kadesh and I that could go in and see her. So Mother's Day, she was granted a pass, and the whole husband was able to meet her, Jaden, her siblings, so we were all able to be with her. And my dad actually said word. It was just a beautiful thing. But that was my Mother's Day gift, and I am, shout out to Kadeja, grateful. I'm so grateful. But she got it because she was saying, like, there may be times or events that, because it's a dog tag, y'all. It's taped up and all that good stuff. And like, if there's an event that maybe I have to be a little more dressed up for the dog tag. So I'm great to share that. But it's Meal Prep Monday. And I said that because, like I said, everything's a Nikki nugget for me. And I just want to encourage you this morning. I don't know what you're going through, and I don't know how you feel. I know how I feel, and I know what I'm going through. This morning been a struggle for a sister. But to God still be the glory. I still give Jehovah God all glory, because I wanted to follow up from last week to say what my gift was. So, it was super exciting. But to encourage you to just remember, it's never what you go through, but how you get through it. Her thought process is like priceless to me. It's priceless. This is the reward. This is the result of her heart process and what she went through. All right. So I encourage you to just remember that when you're in a space, it's never what you go through, it's how you get through it. It's the posture of your heart. I appreciate the token, but the love is not this physically. But we're in a place, I'm in a space where I'm going to continue to encourage you to learn how to be the best version of you unapologetically. That's through a posture of submission to Jehovah God that will birth out humility, never arrogance and pride. We have to understand that we are all spirit with a soul wrapped in flesh. So our original DNA is our spirit, man. It's our spirit, okay? This natural thing where people have said what you ain't gonna be and what you're not, this, that, and the third, that's your false self. That's not who you are. You're created in love. You're created in likeness, in his likeness and his image. You are healthy. You are wealthy. You are prosperous. That is not dictated by your bank account, someone's opinion of you, your situation, your circumstance. None of that can change who you are. You are loved, and you are love, because that's what you're created from. It's your spirit being. Okay? It's who you are. All right? So get this. I need you to understand that in order for you to really walk and be who you are, your true self, the first thing I need you to do is believe me when I say that you are loved and you are loved. You got to believe that. Well, Nicole, you don't know what I did. Listen, Lucy, you don't know what I've done, okay? I'm not deserving of the love the measure of love that my dad extended to me when I was nothing a donkey, but love is love, okay? There's nothing that you can do physically or naturally to earn the love that you already possess. So I need you to know that. I need you to believe that. I need you to receive it. I need for it to go into your soul, into the gut of your belly. I need for you to understand that there is nothing that you have done that can separate or break you from unconditional love. Okay? Unconditional love comes from God. God created us. Jehovah God created us. All right? We were created in his likeness and his image. So that means you were created from love. So I need you to understand that, all right? I need you to know. Because, if you think about it, when someone usually asks us, like, who are you? Because, if you go to a conference, someone is going to ask you, who are you? And we usually begin to spit off our position, if it's work, our idols, all these things. That's not who you are, okay? Who you are is someone deeply loved by Jehovah God. That's who you are. So I don't care who you believe in, what you believe in, okay? Who are you? You are someone loved by Jehovah God. There's nothing that can separate you from that. Well, Nicole, I don't believe. Okay, but you're still loved by Jehovah God. It just is what it is. I need for you to understand this. See, we can't begin to be the best version of us unapologetically until we understand who we are, until we understand whose we are. As we begin to learn who we are and whose we are, we'll begin to understand how to submit. Okay? We'll begin to understand how to be humble. We won't be arrogant. We won't be proud. We got to get that, though. That's like the key component. It's the foundation of the true you. All right? So, your identity, my identity is not based on what I do, but it's based on who I am. All right? Who you are is not based on what you do. It's based on who you are. It's based on that original DNA. It's based on you knowing that you're a spirit with soul wrapped in flesh. That's what it's based on, okay? We got to get to a point where we understand it's not about a feeling, okay? It's not about a feeling. You may not always feel loved. If I'm correcting Jaden, he probably in that moment, though, he doesn't feel like I love him. So he's got to know, even in my correction, mommy still loves me. So we as people, we got to know that even in correction, we're still loved. All right? We got to know that. So when things don't go our way, when life happens and it doesn't look the way we want it to, you got to know that that doesn't separate you from the love of God. It doesn't separate you, okay? I just got a text. Y'all can't hear me? Text me back and tell me. I'm sorry, y'all know I can't see this stuff. I can't see it. All right, if y'all can't, who has my number, text me and tell me. Let me see what. Okay, thank you, Jacinta. Great. It's breaking up. It's breaking up for everybody. Okay, it was glitching, but I'm good now. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't see the things. I guess maybe if it's breaking up, try to go out and come back in. Because I got everything turned off. All right. But what's up, Shanae? Sorry. Anyway, but you got to know that you are loved even when you don't feel like it. See, these are the nuggets that the Lord was laying on me today. You got to know, even when you don't feel like it. If you don't believe me, see, because I'm trying to, get better with having confirmation of what I say. So it's John 4:7-30 when it talks about the Samaritan woman, okay? So you got to know that you are loved even when you don't feel like it, all right? So when these feelings start trying to come on you, like you're not good enough, you don't deserve this, you need to have something better, you're not where you should be, you ain't got no money in the bank, all of that, none of that changes the fact that Jehovah God loves you. None of that changes your original DNA. Your circumstance and your situations don't define you. That is an illusion of who you truly are. All right? We don't live in this world. We're in the world, not of the world, or we're of the world, not in the world, however it go. We through this journey. We're spirit. We're supernatural, y'all. Y'all got to get this. Y'all got to know y'all supernatural. Even though we're walking here naturally, we're supernatural creatures with a soul wrapped in flesh to get what we need to through this journey, to go to our grave empty so that we can go to glory and be in that space eternally. All right. So the true revelation of God is through him revealing himself to us. All right. So what do I mean? It's when you have those encounters. See, this is why I say it all the time. I count it all joy. Every trial and tribulation that I go through, I count it all joy. I count it all joy when things don't go right. I count it all joy when my money funny. I count it all joy because what I do is I choose not to look at the circumstance and the situation, but I choose to do an inventory of myself with Jehovah God. All right. My money funny. Am I being a good steward over my money? Am I spending the right way? Am I saving the right way? Am I doing what I believe God is telling me to do with my money? Because as long as I can check mark these things off, then I know that he'll never leave me nor forsake me. He never see his seed begging for bread. Like, I gotta know these things. This is why I said it's foundational for you to really understand that nothing can separate you from the love of Jehovah God. That's actually in Romans 8. Around the 31st chapter, gone down in the 30s, read it, all right? Start from the top, but boom, it'll hit you right there. He's going to tell you that nothing will separate you from the love of him. So even if you jacked up with your money, repent, get up and get it right. Whew, that's the grace of God. Man, all right. So really to get to know this and to know that you're loved and you are loved and to be able to be the best version of you unapologetically. So I'm telling you this on this meal prep Monday, Don't let people, situations and things rob you from your joy, your peace, or your time. Don't do it. You got to know that you know that you know that you are loved and you are loved. Even if that Negro don't make you feel love. Ooh, y'all, I'm sorry. Even if your environment don't make you feel like that, you got to know that you are loved. You got to know that you are loved. And you got to know that this too shall pass. I deserve better. I don't need to deal with this foolery. Sometimes you got to remove yourself. Okay. All right. So this is the thing. In order for us to be the best version of us, in order for us to be in our fullest and our likeness and our image, you got to realize that there's pieces of you. Y'all got part cells. We got part cells. All right. There's parts of us naturally that have been tainted, have been created, have been molded, have been made by our life, our journey, our circumstances, and our situations. It's been molded and made by the things that people say to us. It's been molded and made by the environments that we've been in, all of that, all right? But here's the thing. We can't ignore those things. We can't ignore, even though we're supernatural beings, we can't ignore the natural things of ourselves, all right? Hope that makes sense. So check this. If we ignore shame and brokenness, it leaves us to be vulnerable. If we don't address wounds, right? We can't never heal. See, there's parts of us naturally we just don't want to look at, we don't want to tap into, we don't want to deal with. But we got to understand, to be the best version of us unapologetically, to be who all that you are and purpose for in this journey, you got to be willing to look at shame. What are you ashamed of? What do you feel guilty about? What do you like won't forgive yourself that you did, but God is forgiving you? Like, what is it? You gotta be willing to see those things. If you're not, do y'all not realize that every wolf, we make ourselves vulnerable for every wolf, every narcissist, every manipulator, every person that walks in a negative, ugly, bully spirit? We allow ourselves to be vulnerable to that. when we're not willing to look at our own guilt and shame, when we're not willing to look at those things. So we look at them not to condemn ourselves, but to be able to see why we did it. Where did it come from? Deal with the root of it so that we can repent, get up, and be stronger. All right? Brokenness and woundedness. We can't never go into a healing place. So we'll continue to let people and things break us and hurt us. That's why you listen to that foolishness. When people start talking negative things to you, shut it down. You ain't got to let that in your ear gates and in your quiet place, because you are sold out to believe that nothing can separate you from the love that God has from you. You'll go to that place of safety and love, and you'll start talking about that. They said I was this. Am I this? I was just talking to Tia yesterday. Tia been knowing me since my 20s. And I had to say to her, like, because I'm telling her, like, I mean, I don't think I'm like this. I don't think I'm like this. I don't think I wrestle with this. I don't think I do this. I mean, I know I'm a brat, but I don't think I do this. Then I said, you know what? Let me stop thinking and let me ask you, do I do this? Am I this? I had to ask, because she's known me in my 20s, my 30s, my 40s, about to go into my 50s. Girl, did I do it? Okay, if I did, do I still look like that? Because that's ugly. Listen, we got to be willing to see those things, not to condemn, not to condemn. Y'all, I was so horrible with my money. What time is it? 10:23. I was so horrible. She seen me in my 20s, horrible. She seen me in my 30s, hard. I wasn't horrible, but I was still hard, okay? Now in my 40s, but I still ain't all the way right with my money. But when I asked her, do I still look like I did? If she can't tell me no, something wrong with me. I still got the electronic fetish. All right, I still do. However, Danielle, my witness, my AT&T rep, my homie, sister from another mister, all of that, she can tell you. I'm telling her right now, I'm cutting lines. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. So I may not be at 100% with my money, but trust me when I say, I'm not where I was yesterday, okay? That's the whole thing of grace. Learning to be who you are unapologetically is being willing to acknowledge all of these things, all right? If you deceitful, you lack integrity. You got to be true to yourself. Got to be true to yourself. Don't lie on your taxes. Suck it up, deal with it. It's all right. Listen, taxes came back in the day. You know, taxes originally back in the Bible days was supposed to be once, but we was sinners, we was foolishness, we was tripping. So now we pay taxes. All right. Listen, stop lying. Just pay them. Be great. Stop looking at the fact that you gotta pay them, and be grateful and thankful that you got money and you got it to pay. All right. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have at least 8 streams of income coming to me, that I can be the philanthropist that you call me to be, so that I can sow into the places, the people, and the things that you desire for me to sow into. I don't know about y'all, but by faith, I believe. And when I walk into my philanthropy, paying taxes will be a love offering for me. All right? Because I will be sowing so much, it won't even matter to me. That's just a love offering. All right. All right. I'm going to stop because I'm getting on the soapbox. All right. But I want you to know who you are today. I want you to know whose you are. If you don't get nothing else from today, please know and understand that there is nothing that you could do to stop Jehovah God from loving you. There's nothing that you can do from stop being loved, because it's who you are. All right. When we choose not to walk into who we truly are, all we do is make the journey harder for ourselves. Okay. Your purpose was written out by Jehovah God, and it was released on the cross. It was not released when you were born naturally. It was released on the cross. Jesus died for you and me so that we may have life and that more abundantly. So what does that mean? We can walk out our purpose here in this natural space, to go to our grave empty, to pour out everything that was purpose for us to do so that we could go to glory eternally. I need for y'all to understand that. Your bank account don't define you. People's feelings and opinions don't define you. None of those things stop who you are. You are the best version of you. I want to see you do it unapologetically. I want you to continue to hold your head high. I want you to know that you're the head and the tail. You're above and not beneath. No person's thought, feeling, or opinion can stop that. So stop giving you to people who don't deserve you. Stop giving you to situations that don't deserve you. Stop giving your time away. Walk in peace, love, and harmony, all right? Walk in peace, love, and harmony. So if you at work and ain't nothing to food, go on back in there with your joy. The blood of Jesus. Everybody laugh at me. I'll plead the blood in a minute because the blood still works. All right? So again, I am Nicole D. Jones. I feel like I went on a rabbit trail soapbox, but listen, I don't know about you, but I feel good, and I'm loving that I'm learning to love me. And in learning to love me, I'm learning to be me, regardless to what someone else thinks, feels, or imagines, all right? So continue to be the best version of you, because only you can do it, and you're needed, you're necessary, you're relevant. I need you. And the ones around you who love you, who don't love you, they need you too, all right? So again, I am Nicole D. Jones, and I want you to continue to have a fantabulous rest of the day. Smooches.